Welcome to walking meditation. This practice is perfect for those times when you're too anxious, too restless, too agitated to sit still for traditional meditation. When your body is full of nervous energy and your mind is racing, trying to force yourself to sit still can actually increase your anxiety. Walking meditation honors your need for movement while using that movement intentionally and mindfully to calm your nervous system and quiet your mind. Walking meditation has a long history in Buddhist practice, where monks would alternate between sitting meditation and walking meditation throughout the day. But you don't need to be Buddhist or even particularly spiritual to benefit from this practice. You just need to be willing to walk slowly and pay attention. Find a space where you can walk back and forth in a straight line, ideally 10 to 20 steps in one direction before you turn around and walk back. This could be a hallway in your home, a quiet room, a path in your garden, or even a sidewalk if you're comfortable practicing in public. The space doesn't need to be large. In fact, a shorter path is often better because the turns become natural pause points that bring you back to awareness. Before you begin walking, stand still for a moment at one end of your path. Feel your feet on the ground. Feel the weight of your body being held by the earth. Notice your breath. Notice the quality of your mind right now. Is it anxious, scattered, racing? Just acknowledge how you're feeling without judgment. You're about to give your anxious energy something constructive to do. Now, we're going to establish the pace. For walking meditation, we walk much more slowly than normal walking. Not so slow that it's awkward or you're losing balance, but slow enough that you can pay very close attention to the physical sensations of each step. A good guideline is to walk at about half your normal pace or even slower. Each complete step, lifting your foot, moving it forward, placing it down, might take 2 to 4 seconds. Begin walking. As you walk, direct your full attention to the physical sensations in your feet and legs. This is key. You're using the sensations of walking as an anchor for your attention, similar to how sitting meditation uses the breath as an anchor. Notice the lifting of your foot. Feel the muscles in your leg engage. Feel your heel come off the ground first, then the ball of your foot, then your toes. Feel the shift of weight from this foot onto your other foot that's still on the ground. Notice the movement through the air, the feeling of your foot traveling forward, the slight breeze maybe if you're outside, the sensation of your pant leg brushing against your ankle. Notice the placing of your foot. Feel your heel make contact with the ground first, then the outer edge of your foot rolling inward, then the ball of your foot and toes. Feel the transfer of weight onto this foot as it becomes your support. Feel the pressure building in the sole of this foot as your body's weight settles fully onto it. Now the other foot begins to lift, and you repeat the cycle with that foot. Lifting, moving, placing. Lifting, moving, placing. Each step broken down into these distinct phases, each phase noticed and felt fully. Your arms can hang naturally by your sides, or you can clasp your hands behind your back or in front of your body, whatever feels most comfortable and natural. The main focus is on your feet and legs, but you can also notice your arms swinging gently or resting still. Walk to the end of your path. When you reach the end, stop for a moment. Stand still. Notice the stillness. Feel your body standing. Take a breath. Then slowly, mindfully turn around. Not a quick pivot, but a slow, deliberate turn where you notice the shifting of your weight, the rotation of your body. Face the other direction, pause, and begin walking again. Continue walking back and forth along your path, lifting, moving, placing. Step after step. Using the physical sensations of walking to anchor your attention in the present moment. Now here's what will happen, and this is normal and expected. Your mind will wander. Despite your intention to focus on walking, thoughts will arise. Worries about the future, memories from the past, planning, judging, random thoughts, everything. This is not a problem. This is not failure. This is what minds do. They think. The practice is not about stopping thoughts, but about noticing when you've been pulled into thought and gently bringing your attention back to the sensations of walking. When you notice you've been lost in thought, maybe you suddenly realize you've been walking for several steps without any awareness of the actual walking, because you were completely absorbed in thinking about something. That moment of realization is actually a moment of mindfulness. You woke up. You noticed. That's the practice. When this happens, and it will happen many times, just gently, without any self-criticism or frustration, bring your attention back to your feet. Back to lifting, moving, placing. Back to the physical sensations. You might silently label, thinking, or planning, or worrying, and then stepping, stepping, stepping. This labeling can help you disengage from the content of the thoughts and return to the sensory experience of walking. You can also use verbal labels to help maintain focus. As you walk, you might silently say to yourself, lifting, moving, placing, coordinated with the actual movements. Or even simpler, left, right, or step, 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 step. These labels give your thinking mind something to do that supports rather than distracts from the practice. If you notice emotions arising, frustration that your mind keeps wandering, sadness, anger, fear, whatever, acknowledge them. There's frustration. There's sadness. Don't try to push the emotions away. Just notice them, like you'd notice a cloud passing across the sky, and return attention to walking. The emotions are allowed to be there. You're just not focusing on them. You're focusing on the simple physical act of walking. As you continue practicing, you might notice your pace naturally wants to slow down even more as you settle into deeper concentration. Follow that impulse. Let your walking become very slow, very deliberate. Some practitioners of walking meditation eventually move so slowly that each single step takes 10 or 15 seconds. You don't have to go that slow, but if your system naturally wants to slow down, honor that. You might also experiment with expanding your awareness. Once you're fairly steady with attention on your feet, you can include awareness of other body parts. Notice your ankles, your knees, your hips with each step. Notice your spine staying upright, your head balanced on top. Notice your shoulders, your arms, your hands. You're walking with your whole body, not just your feet. You can expand awareness even further to include your environment. While maintaining primary attention on the sensation of walking, also notice what you see. The ground in front of you, the walls or trees around you, colors, shapes, light. Notice what you hear: birds, traffic, wind, silence. Notice smells if you're outside. You're becoming a walking, sensing, fully present being, rather than someone lost in anxious thoughts about things that aren't even happening right now. For some people, counting steps helps maintain focus. You might count each step up to 10, then start over. Or count complete cycles. Each time you reach one end of the path, that's one. See if you can complete 10 full cycles, there and back, while maintaining fairly continuous awareness of the walking. When you lose focus, start the count over. This gives you a concrete challenge that your mind can engage with. If at any point you feel like you need to walk at a normal pace or even faster because the slow walking is creating more agitation rather than less, that's okay. Walk at whatever pace allows you to maintain some degree of mindful awareness. You can start at a normal walking pace and gradually slow down as you settle. Or alternate. Walk fast for a few steps to discharge some energy, then slow way down for a few steps. The beauty of walking meditation is that it meets you where you are. It doesn't require you to suppress your energy or force stillness. It channels your energy into a simple, repetitive, grounding activity that naturally calms the nervous system over time. Kinhin, which is walking meditation in Zen Buddhism, is traditionally done between periods of sitting meditation, specifically because it allows the body to move and release restlessness while maintaining meditative awareness. You're building the same skill in sitting and in walking, the skill of present moment attention, the skill of noticing when attention has wandered and bringing it back, the skill of being with your experience rather than being lost in thought. After you've been practicing for 15 or 20 minutes, begin to bring the walking meditation to a close. Complete your current path and return to your starting point. Stand still. Notice the stillness. Notice how you feel now compared to when you started. Is there any shift in your energy level, your anxiety, your mental state? Often people report feeling more grounded, more present, calmer, less caught up in anxious thoughts. Even if the shift is subtle, honor it. Take 3 deep breaths while standing. With each breath, appreciate your body for its ability to walk, to move, to carry you through life. Appreciate your mind for its willingness to practice, to learn, to grow. Slowly open your eyes if they were closed, or lift your gaze if you've been looking down. Take a moment to transition before resuming your regular activities. You can practice walking meditation anytime you're feeling too restless or anxious to sit still. You can do it for 5 minutes or 50 minutes. You can do it indoors or outdoors. You can do it as your primary meditation practice or as a complement to sitting practice. Some people find walking meditation more accessible than sitting meditation because the movement feels more natural and gives their restless energy somewhere to go. Walking meditation also translates beautifully into daily life. Once you've practiced formal walking meditation, you can bring the same quality of mindful attention to regular walking. Walking from your car to a building, walking around your neighborhood, walking through a store. Instead of walking on autopilot while lost in thought, you can be present with the actual experience of walking. This transforms ordinary activity into practice. Carry this with you. You're not separate from your practice. You are your practice, moment by moment, step by step, ready to walk with intention every day. Download the full set below and bring mindfulness into every step.